dun, 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 doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Is about to make a video with some awesome music. Doo-doo. Yo, it's Elliot at Farro's Lead Farm. So I'll pre-warn you, this one might be a little bit boring. But for high science, I kind of wanted to see what a 13.7 inch 5.56 barrel will do for accuracy at 50 yards. Here is all I'm doing today with some 77 grain match ammo that we make here. And I'm using these Ballistic Advantage 13.7 inch 5.56 government profile mid-length gas barrels. But what I'm also going to see is I'm going to shoot. So I've already kind of half-assed zeroed this. It's brand new, but I'm going to shoot it. We'll shoot 3 groups of 5, let's say, and then I'm going to clean the barrel really well, and I'm probably going to JB it as well. So I'll show you that, and then we're going to shoot it again, 3 more groups of 5, and we're going to see if there's any market difference and whatnot. So yeah, should be pretty interesting. As far as the rifle specs go, it's just one of our Farro's Lead Farm SBRs. Like I said, 13.7 free float rail, and I do have the CAC K-Spec down vent bolt carrier group in here, and the HUX HXQD suppressor. So anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Without further ado, we're gonna go from left to right. I know you can't see the target, but we'll edit the finished product in here at the end, and we'll see how this goes. Okay, ready, steady, spaghetti. All right, not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, pretty tiny group down there. We'll make a little adjustment so we're closer to the target, because I know how the internet gets about not being dead nuts on. So I want to come down. There we go. And we want to come to the left. That way. All right. Let's do that again. It is it's still a little loud next to the building, so I'm gonna go grab some ear pro. Be right back. All right, we're back. We got some earmuffs on. Moving on down the line. So another 5 rounds of 77s. Check the suppressor, still looks pretty okay. Let's go to the next one. Well, we made a good sight correction. We are on our actual target. I would say same group. Not that it super matters, but we're using the SIG 1 to 10x scope here, and I do have it on 10x. 3, 4, 5. Suppressor still tight, which you got to watch on the OSS cans, HUX Works. They have a reverse thread, which we've talked about. It's the dumbest thing on the planet. But anyway, makes every can into pretty much a direct thread can. That's stupid. All right, last but not least, third one over. All right. Also about the same size. We do have 4 touching, so pretty sweet. Now for the boring part, I'm going to remove said dumb suppressor and scrub the barrel. And we'll also throw some JB bore paste down there. Should be fun. Morkily dorkily. So let's remove said suppressor, and then we're going to clean the barrel with some Butch's Bore Shine. Maybe this is Hoppy's number 9. I don't know. And then we're going to go after with the old JB bore paste. And you won't see this on YouTube because the old Leviathan boys don't want to violate any YouTube policies. So that's fun. Here's what I mean by all HUX works turn into direct thread cans. It's just stupid. But I'm glad they got away from it with the Ventum, so need a good suppressor from them. The Ventum, I think, is the way to go. That sucker is still a little on the warm side. Perfect. All right, well, we got the bolt carrier removed, charging handle. I'm going to go ahead and throw the bore guide in there. For those of you that are not aware, this is kind of called cleaning in AR15. Fun fact, I sell 6,000 guns a year, AR15s, that we manufacture. So 6,000 a year, and I've been doing that for about, I would say, the last 8 years we've averaged that, but I've been doing it for 12 years. And I also sell cleaning kits, and I think you know where I'm going with this. So I've had the same 10 cleaning kits in stock for quite some time. We're trying to do the math, and I think I've sold 3 of them. So, I mean, it is what it is. Maybe people just don't shoot as much as they say. Oh yeah, nice and squeaky. Maybe we'll set these off in order so we can check them out later. So there's your one. These are actually 6mm patches. And then I run them on the diagonal, so they're even a little fatter yet. Hence the squeaking that you're gonna hear. All right, load you up. All right. So now we should have a decent amount of product, as the ladies like to say, in the barrel. We'll go ahead and switch out to the brush, and we will brush it. I will probably edit most of this out because I know it's going to be pretty boring. But I'll go ahead and looby-doob our brush up, keep it spinning so it doesn't drip off. All right. For the newly initiated, I used like to come back into the barrel kind of easy. Just don't want to mess up the crown. I don't know, I've never had a messed up crown. So maybe it's not even a thing. Or maybe I've never had one because of the cleaning practices I use. And then you also don't want to change direction when you're in the barrel. Try and do this all in one camera shot. So nice and easy through. And then when I come back, just wait till I feel the brush back in. Now you can drag it. All right, that should be good enough for government work. And then what I also like to do, which doesn't really matter, but I take a little brake clean and then I will spray off my brush. Lighter fluid works pretty well as well. That way your copper brush isn't getting eaten by copper solvents for the next week until you clean another one. Okay. Now we have a few options here. I usually like to go in with hydrogen peroxide if I'm not going to shoot for a while too. It just kind of nullifies any of the solvent that I'm using. But for dramatic effect here, we're going to keep using the solvent so you can see how dirty or not dirty this is after the brush. All right. Pretty good, pretty good. I never know how stuff comes up close to the camera, but there it is. I'm going to keep them in order. And in the place of solvent, we'll do a little brake clean. When you're using all these chemicals, it's a good idea to wear gloves. They have all the warnings on them. Here's my safety squints. Here's the brake clean. Mostly, I'm just trying to get all the solvent out now. It's not really cleaning any gunk out of the barrel, let's say. I just don't want there to be any solvent left in it. So I'll do another brake clean. Safety squints. See, look at that trigger control. You can't teach that shit. No, you cannot. Oh yeah. All right. Looking pretty good. Now, I'm gonna do one more to completely, sort of, hopefully dry this out. And now, since, oh geez, again, perfect trigger control. Since it's mostly cleaned out and I'm not using a brush, I'll kind of go back and forth, especially right at the throat. I like to do little baby strokes. Baby. All right. And that's what we call good enough for government work. We'll let it dry off here a second. Wherever it's not supposed to be, it'll come off, right? Oh, you bitch! Coward! Okay. We'll just do another one here. Let me get my drawer out. Trying to keep this in the old camera frame. Alright. Cost of a patch, that's okay. Now, if I did it again, I would get instantly pissed and shut off the video and somehow manage to blame my children or the wife. So, prayers, everybody. All right, here we go. Ooh. Goob it in. Now, back to doing some baby strokes till you get just about out of the barrel. And back in. Maybe a little bit longer strokes. Dudes, Marines, you know what I'm talking about. It's all about the frequency here. Right in the beginning. Then you work your way to the end. Not as important down there. Back to the rear. Okay, so looking pretty black, or I don't know, it's June, so let's just call that discolored. So it's looking pretty discolored. Not that that's a bad color, like I'm dissing the color of the patch. That's just what it is it's not quite white, and it's not quite brown, it's a little darker. Yeah, that's about enough of that. Canceled. Not that it matters. There's only ever 9 people that watch these videos anyway, so who really gives a shit? This should be a good time to point out, if you've noticed, there's no ball hair trimmer ads on this. No primary arms. This is the greatest optics company ever, but I'm never going to use them in my videos. No super duper Leviathan group here. We say do what we want. This is America. All right. Now, this might be a little bit overkill. I don't think you really need to do 2. And especially for the groups that I just shot down there for a 13.7 inch, mostly guys are going to be just blasting cheap ass ammo. I am in the ammo industry. If you guys don't know, I make 50,000 rounds of ammunition a day here. And if there's one thing I see, it's whatever's $1 cheaper, that's what guys will buy. Whether it's Fiocchi that's blowing up guns or any of the steel case stuff. So yeah, this is mostly just for my entertainment. All right, boom, there's another black one. Everything out of there, so boom. I would say that's pretty good. And I'm not going to take any fouling shots or anything like that. We're just going to go dead nuts right back into shooting. Not cleaning the bolt carrier group. All right, here we go. So from start to finish. And so solvent, solvent, brush, solvent, maybe brake clean, then into the JB bore paste, then solvent, then brake clean, then dry, and I dropped a few. It is what it is. So, because my editing skills suck, I don't know what you saw or didn't see, but we super cleaned the barrel after those 3-5 shot groups, and now we also put a bunch of JB bore paste down there. Super scrub, brake clean, the whole schmear that everything guys might use to clean. And yeah, screwed the suppressor back on per YouTube violation, and now we're going to shoot and see if anything happens. So yeah, fuck it. Ready, steady, spaghetti. Ooh, there's a bird on the berm. What kind of bird? Oh, barn swallow. You get a pass, buddy. Keep eating the mosquitoes. All right, so now it'll be the first one on the 3 targets to the right. Okay, that first one is dead nuts in the bullseye, so no difference on the old cold shot 0. All right, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still shooting 77s. 50 yards. 3, 4, 5. And that is, I mean, it's markedly better. Very tiny shape. Very tiny group. I had one I didn't feel super stellar about, but it's still in there. All right, moving on down the line. Shoot another one. Huh, something to be said. 1, 2, 3. Technically, while I went and fetched my Ear Pro the first time, had a little chance to cool down between 1 and 2, but shouldn't matter. Suppressor still on tight. All right, scoot this bad mammer jammer down to the last one. And let's see how we do. All right, test complete. It is, I don't know, I mean, it's close. From here, it does look like the clean, polished barrel has made an improvement. And you know, for the time invested in that, I would say it's worth it. Mostly for your mental health, you know, guys. It's kind of therapeutic, cleaning the guns. I know lately it seems like a competition on how far we can go without cleaning our guns, but you know, I compare it to cars. Sure, your car will probably go 35,000 miles without changing oil. But then when you do change oil, God forbid you have to take it somewhere to change it, they're immediately going to think you're a woman. They're going to see that one quart come out all nasty and grudgy, and they're going to judge you. You could avoid all that by just, changing your oil yourself every 5,000 miles. Or cleaning your rifle in this case. So anyway, excellent. I might roll in some more target footage. I might not. We'll see. Like I said, there's only 8 of us watching this video, so it is what it is. Yo, we're back. All right, class. So let's do a little AAR here. What did we learn? Not much. Mostly probably some stuff we already knew, but let's kind of go through the numbers. We did learn that 13.7-inch ballistic advantage barrel, if it was built right, is pretty accurate. Using good ammunition. So our 77 grain ammo is mwah, chef's kiss awesome. But anyway, I'm going to show you the groups here and we're going to see what kind of happens. So right here, this is where we started. 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. So right here is where I cleaned the said rifle. Right here is just brand new out of the factory. And I have some theories why this did a little bit better. Main one being that kind of salt nitride that they use. They don't really clean out very well, so they do look kind of rusty on the inside. But, you are taking out some imperfections by polishing it. So let's start here. So our first group is 0.84. Don't know if you can read that or not. Right there. The second one, 0.87. The third one, 0.89. With an average group size of 0.86. So pretty good. Now, we cleaned it, we JB bore pasted it, the whole thing. And here's the last 3 groups. So you can kind of see they're pretty consistent. As the barrel heats up, you get a little bigger. That's very, very common. I want you guys to freak me out like I'm doing poor. But yeah, so then we start off at a 0.65 inch group, and then a 0.66, and then a 0.77, which all of those are better than all of these by a small amount. So is it worth it? I don't know. It's up to you. Most people aren't shooting good ammo these days. Most people aren't shooting these days. So this is going to be a whole lot of information for all 9 of us that watch this video that probably doesn't matter. But so the average of 0.86 versus 0.69 is the average on the clean barrel. What is cool to note is dead nuts after all that cleaning, my point of impact was dead nut center versus their last ones. So, that whole cold shot, which is what I was kind of taught in the AMU, in the Army Marksmanship Unit way back when, was we were always seasoning or breaking in our barrels so that the kind of first rounds out of the gun were going to be in your normal group size, your normal point of impact. I don't know if that was just them trying to convince me to clean them more often or to start it off that way or to waste time, but it has held kind of true throughout my career of making and shooting rifles. So yeah, pretty neat stuff. I don't know what to tell you, but decent accuracy. I know we're only shooting technically with 65 yards, but I got the numbers that I wanted to see, that I thought I would see. It is mildly better to, at least in the beginning of that rifle's life, start off with a nice clean JB, I like that. You could use Flitz or whatever, barrel in your AR-15. And another side note is it does make cleaning in the future a little bit easier, I've noticed as well. And I know nobody cleans rifles anymore, so this is kind of moot, but maybe I'll look back and I'll show my kids some of this video and be like, hey, see, look, here's the numbers. I told you I was right. Even though I'm only right by a little bit, we're still right. So I don't know. The more you know. There it is. Read them and weep right there. Was it worth the time? Probably not. So, and am I going to get all the YouTube strikes? Yes. Is the video monetized? Never. I just don't care. So anyway, if you have any questions, you can always call the Lead Farm, 855-800 ammo. Otherwise, take it easy. That is all. Carry on.